All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm building out an internal project management solution. So imagine you have a subdomain that is just for an internal use case. And what I'm trying to do here is essentially manage a revenue operations team that's spread out across marketing, sales, and customer success. And this is what the internal portal looks like. I'm building it out in Softr. And I think it's a pretty effective tool for what I need. You can build either internal or external use cases. So here's an example. This is the preview of kind of an app I'm building. So I'm logged in as myself, and you can see that if I click on the right, all projects, I have a number of different projects and initiatives. This is essentially dummy data you can see here. So let's say, for example, we have 4 projects within the last quarter. I can add as many filters as I want, but for now, just for the prototype, I'm building out the status dropdown. I can build out Q1, Q2, Q3, maybe starting and end dates that I can filter across. And you can see here I have territory design, GTM exec dashboard. This is the cost in terms of time. Now, if I don't really like what I'm seeing here, I can change what I have on each of these content panels, lead routing, and obviously Clay for field events. So if I click in progress, it's filtering for this field called in progress, as well as this field for to do. And if I wanted to showcase what's happening at the calendar, you can see that it pull up a calendar for each of your projects. Now, let's say I had a bunch of internal or external team members that needed access to the platform. I'd set up an O authorization. This is basically dummy data. But my real photo here. So you can see that I pull up a team, and then you can see which projects they own. Let's say if I click on this individual, which is myself, it should pull up a number of different data points that is related to that user. And you can see here it's pulling up panels, the projects that they're responsible for. And then I'd have another view for obviously the task. So you'd have a Kanban view and a list view that you can build out. And let me show you what this looks like on mobile. Sorry, this is the iPad. And then this is going to be the mobile. So you can build up these different views for each of the different pages. And um, your use cases are you can build a bunch of different stuff, but I'm actually working out on a building out a portal for my course students so they can access all the content that they want that I've been building over the years for the course. But in this case, you can see here, this is how you'd build the site, a number of different pages, and then each of those pages are going to have these different components. So if I click on this view here, you can see the content. It's going to be the cover media field, the status field, the project name field, and that value that does or didn't make sense, you can actually remove it. So if I click delete, you'll see on the left that those dollar amounts went away. And then one thing that is really cool is I've been building it out. Previously, I'd been building these out and using Google Sheets or Airtable for the database, but Softr just launched their new databases feature, so it should be far more responsive. Like when you need to, update things through the portal, it should show up instantaneously in the databases much faster than going through a third party like Airtable or Google Sheets and then having it sync back to your application. And you can see here I have it's fairly object oriented, just like you would have in Salesforce or HubSpot. This is the Teams object, Teams tab, so to speak. And then these are the different dimensions. And you can set the different meta types. You can also make different items that are related to each other. So for example, if I go to projects, these are the different names. And you can see for this Clay project or this lead routing project, you're just clicking a plus sign and you're clicking one of the records from the other objects. So these objects have these associations, which is what is really powerful about making this app tick. So if you're thinking about building an internal app or maybe even an external app, but don't want to build a site from scratch, and you're familiar with object associations, then I think leveraging the databases feature from Softr could be a pretty good option. So some things, stay tuned. I'll be building out a platform for my students, and you get to see some use cases for an external use case as opposed to this one, this is an internal use case. All right, good luck out there.